Welcome back. Let's go. Time to cook. Can I combine all the foods and make them terrible? Dude, calm down on the quality. Oh jeez. Oh. That's now would have been very bad. You guys need to know how to do your own chopping now. You're very close to it. Okay, see now. I can flip now. I couldn't flip before. I don't know what was happening. Why? Is there something wrong with my mouse now?
This one can be tricky.
Why can't I flip anymore? It's a good thing they're learning how to do it. Ah!
Nice work. Sandy needs some help of the karate variety.
You should know how to do this by now, but I need to do it for you anyways. Ah. I like to immediately take care of the ones that have reduced quality, so that I don't have to worry about anything happening to them in the future. Like that. Try to intervene with those as soon as possible. How are you doing, Spongebob? Look how little flip he does, it's beautiful. Oh, this is new. Wow, I actually finished that. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to do that again. Now you guys better master that so I never have to do it again. Please. I'm amazed I actually managed to pull that off. Patrick, jeez! I swear if it's another chopping. Okay, good. I don't know why you haven't mastered this yet either. Probably because we didn't make Krabby Patties for a long time. Come on! Stop taking things out of my hand, Gary. Almost. No, Patrick needs a variety of sources of help, but this isn't the one. There.
I gotta get back to my station.
I feel like they should be learning to saute slightly faster than they are. And I've sauteed a number of things at this point. Unless they expected to be doing a lot of sauteing, and maybe they do. Maybe it actually shows up in a lot of recipes and I just never do any of them. Because I don't do most of the recipes in this game. So I don't know how representative my sampling of minigames is compared to the game as a whole. You don't outright refuse to do certain other minigames. Everyone needs help now. My god. See, this is the same motion as the patty flipping, so why can't I do that if I can do this? Not that I've never messed this one up before, but still.
Spongebob to the rescue!
What are those? Still not sure. Why do they need help with this so often, too? I guess part of it is just that we might get asked. I don't think we get asked to make tons of sandwiches or anything. They just ask help. They ask for help with pounding very, very often. Compared to how often we actually have to do it, I feel like. Oh, I told you I was never going to do this again. What did I tell you? It's very hard to move that frequently while clicking. Just keep in mind, I'm using a trackpad, so clicking and moving the mouse are both, they're kind of mutually exclusive. Because they're both done by putting my finger on the pad. You know, there used to be trackpads that had separate buttons. Buttons that were completely separate from the touch area. But those aren't very common anymore for some reason. It used to be you would have a touch area that you could slide your finger on, and then below that, or even above, 2 buttons that were just normal mechanical buttons that you would be able to press for left and right click. Lately though, and by lately I mean the past decade or so, instead what gets done is... This is the wrong place to chop. Instead they have a singular pad with a singular button on it towards the bottom, and it tries to determine whether you're doing a left or right click by sensing where your finger is when you click. Except if it doesn't know where your finger is, if it fails to sense your finger, then what it does is it just assumes it's a left click. So when I got this laptop that I'm using now, or maybe the one before it even, for a very long time, I had even now still sometimes, I had a hard time right clicking, because sometimes I'd try to right click, but it won't detect my finger, because I would be doing it with my thumb or something, so it'd be with my thumbnail instead. Double cheese. That's what happens when I'm talking while I do this.
Another satisfied customer. Let a pro show you how it's done.
But it would be difficult to right click all of a sudden. Just because instead of just pressing a button that would always consistently right click, I had to press this single button that is my trackpad and then ensure that it realizes that my finger is on the right hand side, or bottom right specifically. Which to this day gives me some trouble. Wow! Getting pretty good at recovering on that one. For mistakes. Jeez. Patrick! I admit this is probably a difficult task without hands. The plane can do it just fine, so you can too, Patrick. Grab it with your teeth if you have to. Alright, I could have combined those, but whatever. Ah! Calm down, everyone. That's what happens when I'm doing a bunch of dishes that my plankton don't have experience with. But if I was using a trackpad with discrete buttons, then when playing this game I could separately move the cursor and press and click, but that's not the case here, because trying to click the button, the singular button that is the entire trackpad on this one, also triggers the touch sensor, so I can't simultaneously move and repeatedly click like I could if I had a separate button and touch sensor. Touch sensor for movement and then button for clicking. And this game has become something where I really just say anything that's on my mind. And at least in this case it's, oh sure, natural combo, why not? In this case it's also actually relevant to what we're doing. You guys need to learn your saute. It's a good thing you can't flip these too hard. So I could easily imagine just flinging these things off into the next room. In fact, speaking of the food preparation genre of games, or whatever that is, now I've never seen gameplay of it, so I don't know what it's actually like, but as far as cooking games go, there was, either a fairly successful one on the DS, or at least just like massively advertised. There was Cooking Mama. I don't know if that was actually successful or something that just got advertised a lot. The joy is that you can't tell the difference. But either way, I'm curious how this game compares to that, another cooking game on the DS. I wouldn't be surprised if this was actually just a knockoff. Although I don't feel like... What doing wrong there? You saw how I moved the cursor? It's the same way I move it every other time. Go away, Squidward, you heard him. You can even see how my cursor stalls for a moment when I let go for that flick minigame towards the middle of the grease. That's why I let go, like I just said, it's why I let go of the cursor of the mouse button that does that. Even just letting go of the button, for some reason, messes up the mouse movement on this trackpad. Beautiful.
Uh-oh. Looks like my station's in trouble.
I would not be too surprised if this was kind of a rip-off of Cooking Mama. I don't get the impression that it's actually like restaurant orders come in and you do a bunch of stuff sorts of things, but it being a bunch of minigames might be something similar. I would not be surprised if lots of minigames are similar. And licensed games like being knockoffs of other things. In this case, I'm not informed enough to know whether or not that's the case. Nobody has said anything about whether that's the case for this game in the comments, but at the same time, I don't know if my target audience has much overlap with those playing Cooking Mama anyways. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, one last stack. I couldn't see the bun there for a second, and I thought that I had just made a massive mistake. Alright. We're gonna try, I guess, to do a challenge this episode. Unless we get something else fun to play with, then we can do it next episode. Nope. The game doesn't feel like giving me things anymore. Am I never gonna complete the jellyfish theme? Why is everyone here? Oh, this is actually the penultimate? Nice. Where's Squidward? Chumbo. Wait, that doesn't seem right. It's like Chumbo Wumbo. Ah! You know what you've done to me, the game. And my no tolerance. Just gonna nope, don't stay there, power cord. Stay there. Don't go away. You know the protocol by now. Why did I do that? Wait. Oh. I don't know why I alternated those in ways I shouldn't. This game seems really tough on an actual DS. I guess the time travel there I did good. I did finish with a wild surplus. Oh, an actual lemon. I still don't know what it is that we're sorting there. I don't know what that lemon's for. I don't know what these are, really. Ein Chum, in reality, to my understanding, is basically just, like random assorted mashed up fish remains. You'd use it as like shark bait, which is why it's kind of a disgusting thing in the context of Spongebob. What are those? Are those like fried sea urchins? Those seem like great food. With a spike still on them, namely. Well, it seems they're smaller targets, though. I'm actually managing to do some of these without messing them up. That's nice. There wasn't much difficulty here other than the sorting, actually. Did I have to redo anything other than the sorting? I don't think it... Wow, that was a really short one at the end.
Something new to cook.
Okay. Oh man, the time limit though. I only have 4 seconds left. I forgot to give you time limits on the whole for these. Although, I know most of these minigames are timed to begin with, so it doesn't make that much sense. Anyways, I'm not using that recipe since it has sorting. I don't know what you guys just saw. So, what's my battery at now? 6%. My god. My computer's battery is worse than I thought. So that mini... At the start of that series of mini games, I unplugged my computer. And I plugged it back in. And then, what happened was my computer... I stopped using, the battery. I'm only on AC power now because the battery has gotten pretty bad. But man, it dropped to 6% over the course of like a minute or two. That's concerning. So I don't know what you guys just saw, but that's basically what plankton is. So okay, well that's that. So I guess in 3 shifts comes the end or something, or at least the game says so. We'll see what actually happens in reality. Bye everyone!